Hi, this is Robin Thomas with Living Well Connections. And today I have Ludy de Menten here for an interview, and I'm so excited. She and I have known each other for a couple of years, and she's spoken for Living Well Connections before. So I thought you'd like to know more about her. Ludy is a certified autoimmune protocol health coach and a genomic medicine clinician. In the past, she worked more than 10 years in pharmaceutical companies developing drugs for patients with autoimmune and chronic diseases. Her own health journey led her to change her career to a more holistic approach to healing. And I really identify with that, Ludy, because I myself was in research for quite a few years, and the last 10 or 12 years was also with autoimmune and chronic diseases and inflammatory diseases. So we share a little bit of a same history, and we both had personal reasons to look more at holistic health. Holistic health. So could you tell us a little bit more about yourself and why you're so passionate about the holistic health?
Yeah, thank you for this introduction, Robin. I'm really excited to be here with you. My journey started really early because I had already a surgery at 6,
Oh, wow.
and it was like what you call it, a congenital issues that one of my organ was not formed as it should. Then I had like comas and traumas. Then I got surgery at 6, and then I felt better after. But at 15, I developed white spot on my skin, and I've been diagnosed with vitiligo at that time. I also started to have migraines really often, starting at around 12, 15 as well. And I had like a lot of GI issues at the next 10 years. And finally, at 25, they diagnosed me with Hashimoto because I finally, after 20, 35 different physicians, I finally found one that knows, knew more than others.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to say, oh, if you have vitiligo, you may have another autoimmune disease because usually they are in combination. Then it would be good to test you for other autoimmune diseases than vitiligo because vitiligo is obvious, it's physical, you can see it, but the other ones you can.
Right.
Then if you don't have like someone that knows more than others, it's difficult to find a diagnosis for that. And all of the others say, oh, it's in your head, you are good.
Oh, no.
Yeah, one GI said that I had to come back after 10 years for a follow-up because I was fine. Like,
10 years.
"Oh, you're kidding? I'm sick now."
You're fine. Migraines are just in your head, right? and
Yeah, it's like
and
that, right?
yeah.
Then with all that, I started to see an endocrinologist, and it's the conventional one that just to put me on artificial hormones for my thyroid. And that's it. Never really provide other advice than that. And you see me for 15 minutes and see you next year.
Right.
And that's it for several years like that. And as you said, I worked. Now, first, I did a PhD in biology. Then I was really working there as well in research on cellular medicine, and I work also in a lab for human, even if I was working on animals.
Okay.
And all those connections were really interesting as well to know more about um, cytogenetics and cellular medicine and cellular biology. Then I already had that small thing in my brain, I guess, somewhere. And then I switched to pharmaceutical companies, and I really loved the work I was doing there. I loved helping patients feeling better or find treatment for them. But at the same time, I was underestimate my own disease, saying, "Oh, I just have vitiligo and Hashimoto. That's not a big deal." And others have multiple sclerosis or ARE or lupus, and it's much more damaging on their body than my disease. Then I was really working hard for them
Right.
more than for me. And one day I had the chance to read an article about functional medicine, and then another, and then another, and then I was just, that's really interesting. And then I start to read more about it and look for functional medicine doctors for my own issues and figure out that they had other options than just drugs. And I never really thought about it before. I was, oh, yeah, that all makes so much
It's
sense.
definitely a mindset of whether to find a drug for symptoms
Yeah,
or to really look for the root cause.
yeah. And
Yeah.
it's making so much sense because when I was in pharma, we were into early phases too. Then we were really looking on all the processes of why the disease is developing, but more on a specific target. Like, what would be the target for med? Oh, it would be IgG, or it would be that system that
Right.
create IgG, or and it's interesting in itself, but there is like it should be more than that. It should be something more complementary that we need to start first with the diet and lifestyle, that if that is not working that well for you, or if you are in a big flare up and having a lot of symptoms, you would get into something more specific and a short-term period of time that reduce your symptoms with some drugs and then get you into
Into
a
a
better
remission.
diet and lifestyle
Yeah.
that will reduce your triggers and reduce the occurrence, and not like keeping that circle of negative circle of symptoms all the time,
Right.
getting worse and worse and more. Then it's really with that when we moved back in the US, I had to quit my job and decide where I was going. Then I was
That was
like,
a big
am
move. So
I?
you're from I don't know if we mentioned that you're from Belgium,
Yes,
right?
I'm
Did
from
we? Yeah.
Belgium.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I work in Belgium, and I worked 2 years in the US as well for the pharma company. But when we moved back, I was just, am I going back in pharma where at the end I was not feeling at my place anymore
Hmm.
with that open
Your,
minded that
your
if
mind,
you
yeah.
are like just there is other options. And then I was starting to be in like kind of challenge the physician I was working with, and then they were looking at me just, what are you
Yeah,
willing
what are
to
you
do?
saying?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I had that too.
Like they
Even
are
a
looking at
simple
their
thing as
face.
nutrition, even a simple thing as nutrition is like, what? We
Yeah,
have a drug for that.
true. then then I decided, okay, why not train for being a health coach and being able to educate people on what I discover and why it's so important. And I did that, and then I trained as an autoimmune protocol because I really wanted to go even deeper.
Hmm.
And last year I did even deeper into our genes and like the future of medicine that is really looking at what are your predisposition to disease and how you can modulate your gene expression to reverse that
See, that's just so
predisposition.
exciting. That's just so exciting. And I definitely, I wish I'd like to take that coursework because yes, so exciting. That's one of in the research we were doing, we were looking at that gene expression. It's what we were looking at. So it's exciting to know we're not stuck in
Yeah,
our DNA. We have all kinds of just, we have the genes have the ability to modulate and
yeah,
to,
your genes are
yeah,
not your destiny. You can modulate their expression
exactly.
positively or negatively.
Absolutely.
And if
Absolutely.
you know the way you can turn them positively, it means that it can reverse your disease. It can give you hope. It can give you another perspective in life, and not just say, I will suffer for the rest of my life. No,
Right.
you can take action. There is a hope there that you can turn it around and still enjoy life, and still be able to, yeah, to feel good in the end.
Absolutely.
And that is really where I'm passionate about, to
That's
educate
the
people.
exciting, yes.
And
That's exciting. So you take this knowledge you have now and you're getting clients and able to help clients. Can you tell us a little bit more about what it if someone wanted to reach out and work, someone is saying, oh, I understand, I've got an autoimmune disease. I would love to talk to Ludy. And so what would be, guide us through the kinds of things you would maybe talk to them about or work with them? How kind of ways can you help people?
yeah, usually what I'm doing, I like to have a first that free introduction session that we are discussing both together about the client health challenges, their symptoms, and their goals, what they really, where they want to be,
Hmm.
where they are, and where they want to be. And with that, I can explain them how I'm working, or I can work with them and what I can bring to them, that the solution I can provide for them. Then the way I will work with them, we'll see where they are now and adapt the coaching at the according to where they are. Then
Okay.
we will
Good.
start slow
A
if they want to
personalized
go
approach.
slow. Yeah, it will be a personal approach. And for the autoimmune protocol, it's an elimination diet. And some like to do it really fast. The others want to take their time to really eliminate the food we are consider inflammatory and
Hmm.
that we need to eliminate to get into that baseline where you feel better, and then reintroduce the food one by one. And it's really supporting and coaching, providing resources all that time to help the client going through their challenges and make this life their new lifestyle
Hmm.
and their new mindset, and be able to maintain on the long term. And for the genomic medicine, then I can do a genomic testing where you can have a look at all your genes that are predisposing you to some diseases, and then provide recommendation on some food, some nutrient, and some lifestyle that will turn on the good genes and turn off the wrong one. And that,
Is this some specific genetic testing, or is this, I mean, somebody doesn't just go get Ancestry or what is it, the 2021 and come to you and like, these are my results. What is it? It's very specific, right?
yes, yeah, it's a really specific clinical testing.
Hmm.
It's not like a
Yeah.
over-the-counter customer test. That the customer test is cheap because it will not do a lot of repetition. Then your results are not that reliable because of the difference in the number of repetition in the
Right.
test. But by going into a clinical test, it will be a little more expensive, but you are sure about the result because they are doing so much repetition of the test that what they are providing to you, it's really what you have.
That's
It's
good.
not a false positive or false negative. It's really your
You
unique
absolutely get what you pay
identity.
for.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's your health. It's
Oh,
your
yeah.
health. So, I mean, this could be, I mean, the whole rest of your life, how you're going to be wanting to be living. And I know with a chronic autoimmune disease, without these guidance that you can have to really improve yourself, improve your health, I mean, it can be a challenging life.
Oh yeah, it's challenging on your symptoms and challenging on
Yeah.
the financial part because the biological drugs are costing so much money and they are providing so many side effects that usually bring
And
you to
adding,
take
and people
other
add more
drugs.
drugs to counteract the side effects.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and by doing that, you are not reducing your risk to have another autoimmune because you are not managing the inflammation in your body. Then that is really where it's important to take care of your autoimmune disease on a internal part as well, because if you let it go as it is, you may
Yeah.
develop other diseases because your inflammation is already there. And then it will trigger
It
another
is,
one and
yes.
then
Yeah.
another one. And some people end up with
Absolutely.
six. It's
Absolutely.
six
Absolutely.
different diseases, crazy. And yeah,
So
that's
yeah, it is like it's a spiral kind of.
yeah.
It can spiral down, and then as you said at the very beginning, you have one autoimmune disease, your predisposition to get another
Mhm.
is high, and if you have two, the predisposition to get even another is even greater. So, you think, oh, okay, I've only got this. If you don't do something about that inflammation and do something about it, it gets
Yeah.
worse.
And if you do really do something about it, you are really reducing that risk and you can reverse
Yeah,
it when you're really
absolutely. You
bad.
can hold back. I mean, I've seen now with other practitioners, they're able to hold back,
Hmm.
um, new autoimmune diseases. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
great.
and personally, I've been checked by my new physician, and she said that I don't have Hashimoto
Yay.
because as she did not say my values before, when she checked my value, she said, "Oh, but you are below the value to be considered as having the disease." But it's because I work on it
You work on
that
it.
I was able to reduce my autoantibody and at the end reverse the disease.
And
But
you're
I
not
know
taking
that,
synthetic hormone anymore.
yeah, that I have to take still.
Oh, you still
Uh,
take that. Okay.
yeah, my thyroid has been damaged, and then there is
Ah,
some damage that take really a long time to heal. If it can heal, then that we'll have to try again and
okay.
again later.
Yeah, I had a personal reason because of my son. So we'll we can talk later. So what is your favorite? It sounds like you have lots you love, but what is your favorite part of your business? It could be general.
Yeah, I have like a lot of favorites, but what I love is to educate people, like doing like that. I'm mind blown, just, oh yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
And I have hope and seeing results with them, like clients that feel much better with after the program. And those
That
that
is
were able to,
gratifying to know
yeah,
you've really helped people.
those that were able to reduce the drugs they were taking or even eliminate them and all of that, it's so gratifying. And the fact that I can take care of me as well at the same time, taking the time
That's
for
great.
me by also helping others.
That's great. That's wonderful. So how can people reach you? How can our listeners reach you? What's the best way?
The best way is my website. You can
Okay.
reach me on www at healthywithludi.com.
And I'm going to put that right under the video
Cool.
so people can just go one click and get to your website. So I'll put
And
that. I'll
yeah,
put that. That'll
and
be
if you,
great. And I did talk to Ludy beforehand. She is able to help and work with you if you're not. We're living in North Carolina, but you don't have to be living in North Carolina. She's
yeah,
able to, she's able to consult with you and do a
for
lot of
for
this
Zoom.
online. So
Yeah,
really reach out and get that 45 minute. That's incredible. 45 minutes free
yeah.
consultation.
Yeah,
Um,
I like the 45 minutes because with 15 you don't have really the time to know the person
you
in front
barely
of
know
you.
how, yeah, you barely get to know them.
And
It's true.
it's like a back and forward. You need to be sure that I fit with my client and that my client fit with me. And if I see that we are not fitting together, I can refer other or um, it's why I like that connection we have during this 45 minutes. I think it's
Yeah,
really important.
it is very important. It's very important to get to know each other
Mhm.
and before you work together. I mean, even patient or client practitioner.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. I really
Thank you,
appreciate you coming
Robin.
on, and Ludy's a friend, so we get to see each other, which is lovely. And she's actually in Living Well Connections. And I want to remind everyone listening that Living Well Connections is a free community, and it supports holistic health. And so in the community, we help each other. We provide education and information, but also some nurturing, and we support each other. And we have a private Facebook page. It's actually a group, and it's I keep it private for safety reasons, just to make sure we're all of very nurturing people. So please reach out to me to join the group. Ludy's on there, and she provides information too. So it's another way, and just looking forward to getting to know everybody. And Ludy, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much again. This has been a wonderful, wonderful interview,
Thank
and I
you.
appreciate you so much.
Me
Take
too.
care.
Bye.